What is up, boys? We back again with another one. Not using the clicker today. Today I want to talk about today I want to talk about birthdays, right? The one day of the year where it's your special day, it's your day, and just everybody views their birthdays differently, and the more mature you get, is the more it becomes less of like a party and less of like a thing to celebrate. And personally, for me, it becomes more a time of reflection and more a time to become more what's the word I'm looking for? Intimate? Not really. It becomes more a time to be with yourself and to be more aware and more present, right? You get it? Present, birthday, presents. But yeah, no, birthdays are crazy. They only come around once a year, just like Christmas, just like Easter, just like Valentine's Day. The only difference is your birthday is special for you. That represents the day that you came into this world, pretty much, right? And the older you get, the more wiser you get. Hopefully, some people grow old but don't grow any wiser or don't grow any smarter. But birthdays are, for me personally, have become a time where I sit back, I reflect, and I look at life. I look at the things that I've done, the things that I've achieved, and really to look at where you were in the past versus where you are now in the future, and eventually or obviously what you look to achieve in the future. Sorry, where you were in the past, where you are in the present, and what you look to achieve in the future, right? Maybe you want to go out, celebrate. Maybe you want to stay home. Everybody has their own personality and their own things that they like to do on their birthday. For the past few years, me personally, I've just been staying. No, not really. My girl always takes me out and we do something nice, whatever, whatever. But I like to stay by myself, and I like to keep a little journal where I kind of keep track of myself and how things go along the years. And I think it's very important to keep some form of a journal where you can start looking back and saying, this is how I was when I was 18, and now this is how I am when I'm 25, right? Your birthday only comes around once a year, so it's important to make it a special day, and it's important to keep any sort of negativity out on that one day if you can, right? That should be the day you don't really think about anyone else. You don't really worry worry about anybody else, but you just focus mostly on yourself, and you're entitled for that day, right? You've earned it. Not necessarily, but you have to treat yourself as if you have, because if you go 365 days without at least giving yourself some form of respite or some form of like breath of fresh air or relaxation or something, then it's just crazy, right? So birthdays, you want to enjoy yourself. Try not to do too much or splurge or whatever. You don't want to put yourself in a deficit, but you want to be reflecting on your life and really take that time, kind of like a New Year's, to set some goals and some things that you want to achieve for the next time your birthday comes around. And though you might set these goals and these things that you want to achieve, it's easy to lose track of them. So a good idea is to either, like, you can always set this thing as your screensaver. You can make like a major, like in your reminders for your phone, you can make a major reminder where this is my end goal, and you can backtrack on what are the little things I can do to reach my end goal. That's always useful and always works for me as well. Or you could just, if you're that good at it, you can remind yourself and you can stick with it. But for some people, sticking with it and forgetting it, like 1 month, 2 months pass, and you'll forget all of that whole thing. Which is why it's important to keep a video journal or a video diary or something you write physically or whatever it is, right? Where you can come back and you can look at your younger self, right? And it's a little bit reminiscent, right? But it's always good. It reminds you of your own mortality, and reminds you that no one lives forever, and time passes by whether we choose or whether we don't choose. So we might as well make the most out of the time that we have, right? We might as well enjoy what we have going on for us for as long as we can, and we might as well try our best to meet and exceed our own expectations, right? Which is why it's important to set goals. It's important to make different steps in transition every single year, every single birthday, where you phase out of this one friend group and you phase into like a period of solidarity, or you phase into a new friend group where you see yourself, you see mutual benefit between all parties, like quid pro quo basically. Or you know, you phase into this new job and you find it more fulfilling, or maybe you're earning more money temporarily doing this new job for whatever reason. You know, everybody needs more money, but you know, at the end of the day, everybody needs more time, right? The only thing you can't buy with money is time. I mean, you can buy time back. You can buy back time, you know, like with paying for people to do simple stuff that would save you time. But ultimately, I'm talking about time as a whole. As time passes, time just passes. And if you spend all that time chasing money, then you'll turn back and look and be like, you know, not a lot of stuff I got to do, not a lot of stuff I got to enjoy, right? You can enjoy and love your life and live your life to the fullest without necessarily being one of the richest persons ever. And that's one of the most critical things to know, that there are some poor people who live better lives than rich people. And it's not because of the things they do or because of whatever, it's just because who they choose to surround themselves with, who they choose to let themselves in, who they choose to let in, and you know, and such, right? The power of belief is really strong, right? So you got to believe in yourself for anything to even attract to you, for anything to even revolve around you, right? If we live on the planet Earth, and planet Earth has its own gravity, right? And anything that falls within the gravity of the Earth starts to spin and revolve around it, right? People aren't really that much different, right? Other people gravitate to us because of the energy that we give off, and they revolve around us, or we revolve around them, sometimes based on whoever has a stronger pull, you know? Maybe, you never know. What I'm trying to say is, right, you gotta believe in things for it to start gravitating towards you. It's not enough just to put in the effort. Like, you need to also believe that you can achieve this, or you have already achieved this, for this thing to start to work for you, right? So on your next birthday, you know, like, make a log, make a video, remind yourself of something. You don't have to show anyone if you don't want to. If it's not your thing, that's okay. But try to send a message to your future self in that video, and try to think back on all the things that's happened in the past. Set yourself some goals and things you want to achieve, and things you've already achieved. Pat yourself on the back, congratulate you. If nobody else is there to do it, you got to do it for yourself, because you did achieve many great things, right? And it's great that you did that. So you have to be rewarded, or you have to be recognized for those kind of things, right? And going forward in the future, plan on who, what, where, and the things that you do, and be your own center, be your own center of your own earth, or whatever, you know. Have people gravitating towards you, have your dreams gravitating towards you, because you work on them, and not only because you work on them, because you believe it will happen, right? Never give up, and always keep on fighting, because, you know, like, we're still coming of age, right? There's still a lot more years that you got left to go, you know, like, if God is willing. So you got to keep on believing, and you can never really give up in most circumstances, right? But yeah, this was a very short video. I just wanted to make one so that you guys didn't think I forgot about you. But if you enjoyed this video, remember, like, comment, subscribe. Let the algorithm know this is the kind of stuff you guys want to see. And yeah, it's your boy. Peace.